Good morning, you cripple. Well, sorry guys, but it was broke. So what did I do? Let's talk about it. All right, guys. So in my hubris, when we got the engine put in, the LS7 in a 1999 Firehawk, that is, what I neglected to do was change the clutch. Here was my thinking at the time. This is an LS7 motor. The clutch that's in it is an LS7 clutch. It was a stock LS7 clutch, but I thought, well, surely there was a threshold built into the stock GM clutch where it was able to handle power higher than what it was rated for, as was standard practice for General Motors back during the 1990s and I would assume early 2000s. Well, this motor, it's just not working with this clutch. Maybe somebody in the comments section who knows more than me can explain it better than I can. But as it is now, my speedometer over here. Here is my speedometer and my tachometer over here. Actually, let's reverse those. My tachometer over here and my speedometer over here. They're not traveling at similar rates. So normally when you accelerate with a car, your tachometer rises, speedometer rises at a similar rate. You can tell. So where it is now is tachometer is going like that, and speedometer ain't going anywhere. So we got a problem. So I'm going to show this to you, and hopefully soon we could get this problem fixed. Alright guys, so when we're managing speeds that are pretty low and we're in town and everything, there really isn't any noticeable issues. And you know, I've been fooled by just driving it very, very slow. I didn't think that there was any issues. We've done 100 miles in this car so far since the motor's been swapped, but we've had no problems whatsoever. Also because this thing has not been put under any kind of load. Now understand, dudes, I've been babying this car. I just drive rural roads with this thing for the break-in mileage because I frankly don't want to be around other people when I'm driving this thing in case I do have an issue, and I frankly just don't want to be around crowds with it. I just drive very, very careful, and I drive at very low speeds. I don't think I've broke 55 in this car yet, which is fine. Again, these are just break-in miles for this car. So hopefully I could get a few more break-in miles before I send the car in to get the clutch fixed. Hey guys, remember that from my other video? Any of my casual watchers? Yeah, from my last hiking video. Yeah, if you want to expand your horizons beyond just car videos, go check out my hiking videos. I try to make them fairly interesting, but yeah, I mean, it would be kind of cool if you guys watch those too. I'd appreciate it. Alright guys, so currently we're in 5th gear under pretty light load, so we're going to do a small acceleration test and see what happens. Naturally, now it makes a liar out of me. Well, son of a gun, I can't replicate it. And I'm not really too eager to push it any harder than that, being that we're in our break-in mileage. So every once in a while, what I'm getting here is under a light to moderate load. It really isn't that much load. I'm starting to get a symptom where I give it gas, the RPMs go up, but the speedometer doesn't accelerate at a similar ratio. Okay, if that makes any sense. The Firehawk has surpassed its first 100 miles of the 500-mile break-in period that it's supposed to have with the new LS7 motor in it. It's been running great. I'm starting to get an issue with the clutch, and it's hard to replicate. So you're just gonna have to trust me, bros. Now I fully acknowledge the smart thing to have done when I was getting the engine installed, when the mechanic was telling me, hey, what do you think about getting another clutch for this? And me in my infinite wisdom saying, oh, it's fine, it's got an LS7 clutch in it already. I had already done that. Who knew? So a little tip for you guys out there, if you decide that you're going to be putting in, I don't know, a 500 plus horsepower motor into a T56 transmission with an LS7 clutch in it, well, that LS7 clutch probably is not rated for that 500 horsepower and is probably just rated for that like 450-ish horsepower the LS7s had when they're stock. Again, who knew? I didn't know. Now I know. Now you guys know too. Oh, images that you can smell. You know it's spring in rural Vermont when you smell that smell out here. So I'm definitely at one of those critical points where denial takes over, and it's very easy to say, oh, everything is going fine. Everything is going fine, so don't bother changing things. Well, you should trust your gut. You should definitely trust your gut. And if you have that little inkling saying, there might be a problem here, don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. I'm not going to ignore it. So in addition to testing the car itself, I'm also testing myself out on these rural roads. You see, I have gotten accustomed to the luxury of modern vehicles where you really don't have to do very much to make the vehicle go safely and well. An older car with a manual transmission requires a lot more of you. I would say a car like this demands more of you. And I have to relearn how to drive a car like this well. When I was younger and driving this thing, again, going back to the concept of hubris, you felt unstoppable. You felt like you were the fastest thing on the road, and you were the best driver on the road. And now, knowing what I know now as a grown man and a adult with responsibilities and people that are relying on me, I feel like I know less about driving now than I did when I was younger. It's funny, in my career in the military and law enforcement world, if you want to get good, you got to take classes, like you got to take tactical courses, and everybody's an expert. Every student is an expert in those classes and in those training environments. Lots of huge egos in that line of work. Lots of huge egos. A lot of like the alpha personality types. And the more I took those courses, the more I trained, the more I realized how much of a freaking idiot I was and how little I actually did know about the topics. And I feel like driving is a similar vein. You don't know what you don't know. And the more I'm driving this, the more I feel like I've forgotten also. Like I remember I remember how to drive manual, and I could, tell you how to do it. But actually getting here and driving it with a very cammed big motor, well, I stall out all the time. I stall out all the time now. I mean, don't get me to try to do a burnout in this thing, because I'm gonna fail at that. Check this place out. Wow. Man, if that's not Vermont. Also Vermont. On a side note, I absolutely love driving rural country roads. I just love it out here, guys. This is a phenomenal country out here, and man, just the peace you gain from being out here on the road in a properly equipped sports car. You don't need to drive like it's Initial D out here. Just get out here and enjoy it. Just put your windows down. I mean, take the T-tops off if you have them, and just get out here and enjoy. Like, enjoy the world, man. This is great out here. I highly recommend it. Highly, highly recommend it. So hey guys, if you like my content, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. It's better weather out, and I'm going to try to get out in my car more often. But also, if you like being out in nature, take a look at my other videos. Take a look at my hiking videos. I try to bring a little bit of nature in. I try to bring a little bit of history in. I try to keep them kind of peaceful and chill. And if you want like those chill, cool vibes, check out my other videos. So regarding the clutch in this car, I'm steering towards, pun intended, a street strip kind of clutch. One that's strong enough for drag racing or road course, but also something that's not going to give me a hard time on the road. As I like to mention, I'm a middle-aged dude, and I just don't want to compromise anymore with my personal comfort. And I think I've reached the point in my life where, like, I'm okay with being that guy. I don't need everything to be, 100% race car. And I don't want a car that I'm trying to get back in the habit of daily driving to be so uncomfortable that I'm just like, oh, you know what, I'll just drive the Jeep today because it's just a lot more pleasant to drive. If you got any ideas for clutches, like, just let me know in the comments section. I'm open to a suggestion on them. Let me know what is a good street strip clutch for a car like this. Oh, that's neat. Look at that big red barn. So guys, we're wrapping up our little drive. I wanted to remind you all to like, share, comment, subscribe, do all those normal YouTube things. I'd really appreciate it. Small channel, no traction, so anything that you could do to help me out would be greatly appreciated. And yeah, get out there and enjoy the drive, man. Take care, guys.